Paula, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
So, all of the people who are watching this interview, welcome to my YouTube channel. We have amazing girls like Paula on this platform on a regular basis. So, do subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed till now. Paula, let us talk about yourself.
Okay, well, first of all, my name is Paola Martinez. I'm 21 years old, a student from Venezuela. I work as a human rights activist. I work in the Federation of University Students for Human Rights, FEDEU, and I'm also Venezuela's Youth Lead Ambassador. Youth Lead is a platform for young change makers around the world where you could make network, work with different people and get to know different leaders from a lot of countries.
Yeah. Paula, your work is so close to my heart because I promote human rights here in my country and I have been doing that for many years now. So I am really excited about us talking. So Paula, do you want to talk a little bit more about the work you do as a youth lead ambassador?
Yes, of course. As a youth lead ambassador, pretty much all the work that I've been done, it's about access to education. Actually, a few months ago, I worked with the Guatemala's ambassador to make public denounce about what is happening, what is the situation here in my region, Latin America, about the education of access. We make here, commonly is known as a Tuitazo, is a platform through Twitter where you can denounce what is happening. We talk about the realities, for example, here in Venezuela. In Venezuela, there are many issues about education. When we talk about there is no quality of education, and actually that is something that I will be talking this Friday, where I will be doing a small webinar with Youth Lead Ambassador from India, actually, about access to education. We'll be talking about the importance of education as a human right and the main difference about education, to have access to an education and to have access to an education with quality. So yeah, pretty much the work I've been doing as a youth lead ambassador is to make a statement about the importance of education as a human right and to make a difference between the quality to have a good education and just to have an access to work. Because I truly believe that the main tool that we have to change our societies is through education. It's the only way we could really make structural changes to see a real change in the world.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think grassroots education is something, if you want to change the way people think, that's the way to go. And that is a very important and fantastic work you're doing. So do you want to talk a little bit more about the event and where you're hosting for our viewers?
Yes, of course. You are all invited to that. Actually, we'll be talking about a little bit about education. We will be talking as to really make you understand the importance of education as a human right. We will be talking about access to education. We will be talking about quality of education. What are the ideas to really or to have a quality of education? What are the main structures that you should have? We'll be talking about a little bit of the reality that we live here in Venezuela when we talk about education, and then the reality that is happening in India. That part, my partner Shia will be talking about that. Basically, we will also be talking about the work that we have been doing in both of our countries to make that situation better. Actually, that is part of the work I do in the Human Rights Federation. We are federation of university students that we work to promote and defend our rights as students.
So, Paula, my next question is that when you talk about right to education, do you work with especially girl child, or you just promote education as a general?
The work that we do is basically specialized in university students, education in a university's level. However, I do believe about access to childhood education. However, my work is basically done in university environments. When I talk about freedom of academy, university autonomy, my work is basically to defend and to promote a university's rights. It's mostly concerned about that.
Okay. So since you talked about your work and this is more a voluntary work, let's talk about what's your education? What are you studying?
Okay, what am I studying? Yes, I study international affairs in the Central University of Venezuela. It's one of the main universities here in my country. Actually, it's considered by the UNESCO like a human patrimony. I don't know if that word is correct in English, but yeah, it's been awarded by the UNESCO. It's actually one of the best universities here in the region. Actually, it's one of the work I've been doing. It's considered as it has been rewarded for the UNESCO, and it's actually this critical situation that we are having here in the country, that being considered such a important resource for the humanity, and one of its main roof fall apart last year because the government does not approve the bullets needed to maintain the universities, to maintain their professors. A university professor here in the country, with his salary, it's like $2 monthly, and that is the situation that we have here in the country. Many students do not see the need to study because they do not have the possibilities. They rather enter to work than study in a university where maybe the professors won't go because they do not consider that they gain enough. And yeah, it's complicated, the situation here when we talk about universities. Like I told you, I'm international affairs student, and for all over a year I wasn't able to see classes. My university completely stopped, and now a few months ago I was able to restart my classes through an online way. However, it's complicated, and yes, I maybe have the possibility to watch online classes because I have, and sometimes an internet stable or the service of light I could see. But there are many students and in other states of the country that they do not have access to internet, to electricity service, and they just couldn't be able to watch or to see online classes. And that's the complicated reality that we have here in our country.
Yeah, I think we have the same reality because the people who are staying for the lower strata of the society, they may not have access, and even if they do, they are not as tech savvy to do the online classes. So education is something which is large concern for both our countries. So it is very interesting to know what the work you're doing. So Paula, what do you want to do next?
Okay, well, actually, in life or next in this period, well, I'm developing myself, I'm forming myself to work as a human rights activist. I've been doing, right now I'm in a course, a diplomacy about human rights, to specialize myself in human rights. I believe that I could work in that and develop myself as a human rights activist in my future. As an international affairs student, I believe that the work camp could be really open for me in that area. And well, yeah, that's pretty much what I see myself doing. Keep working as an activist, keep working as an internationalist, to be able to help more people, to make them understand that they have rights just by the reason that they are humans, that they have rights just to be humans, that's pretty much the work that I want to do. I want to keep helping my country to make them to make work through the critical situation that we are living. I believe in my country, and I believe that we could get out of this critical situation that we are living in.
Fantastic. I think you're doing a wonderful work, and we need more people, young girls like you, to spread the word and work for the human rights. Good luck with whatever you are doing. I'm sure that if you keep at it, you will reach your goals very soon. And Paula, thank you so much for taking out time and giving me this interview. I really enjoyed our chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. It has been a pleasure to be here in your YouTube channel and to talk with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.